Here we are live on YouTube, Facebook, IG. What up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly live workshop. Super excited this week. Definitely drank my coffee today. So I'm here, I'm ready. Let's talk about virtual wholesaling. Thank you. And just got my water. So you can join the live on Instagram and then people will just have to hear you. Is the service bad? Maybe I should turn my, I don't want to. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry guys. So the Instagram live was kind of messing up. Let me know if the live stream is working well on IG, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, let's talk TBM MOIZZ. You know, please be respectful of everybody, and we can get on here and we can chat. So we can go ahead and start with that. No, nothing. Am I still frozen? YouTube and Facebook is working. We got people hopping on and off, so I can see that that's working at least. That's weird. Am I still frozen? IG, good, bad? Is it all right? I want to make sure that it's working before we jump in. Give me a thumbs up or a 1 or something. Let me know that it's working good now and we can proceed. Are we good? I guess not. Let's see. Good, all good, all good. Okay, now I'm getting all goods. Okay, so if your IG is not that, I turned my Wi-Fi off, so hopefully that helps. If this not working on IG, guys, get on YouTube, get on Facebook, because we're streaming on 3 things right now. So get somewhere where you can put your questions in the comments and we can get as many questions answered. I love the response I've been getting from you guys. Like, so many people have been DMing me that they love these weekly workshops and that, you know, that you guys want to keep doing them. You guys want to keep coming on asking questions. And I love that. So we'll definitely keep doing them. Am I going to be at InvestFest? I really wish. That was one place that I really wanted to be this year, but it's just unfortunately not in the cards for me. So no, I won't. But next year, definitely will get things set up for me to be able to be there through the whole thing. Maybe they'll even let me speak or something. That would be awesome. Speak that into existence. Yeah, it's not letting anyone join. I don't know. I try to add 2 people on Instagram. It's not letting anyone join, but in the coming weeks, I will start having like a guest and they can actually get on StreamYard and get on IG Live so we can give you guys more game, more specific knowledge in different fields and stuff. So today, a lot of people have been asking about virtual markets and just going virtual in general. And obviously that's kind of the thing that makes me different from everybody else that's talking about wholesaling, everybody else that's talking about real estate, is the fact that my niche is virtual. I have my virtual marketing going out in Ohio, in Georgia, in Florida, in North Carolina, and in Baltimore. Those places for me have been good only because I've built up the infrastructure in those places. So a lot of you guys have got the crash course. A lot of you guys have got the program and everything. So you know the different demographics that we look for when we pick a virtual market. Important things like population, real estate activity, cash buyers. Just there's a lot of different things that we look at. I actually have like a chart for my students where they can put all the cities in a column and then the different things like population and the demographics and the neighborhood grades and all those different things, and literally choose which market is going to be best for them to start in. And I think that really helps because a lot of you guys live in Houston and LA and Vegas and New York and Miami and all these places that we are literally competing with people who are spending 30, 40, 50, $100,000 in marketing every month. Companies like Zillow and Redfin that you're competing with for wholesale deals. So a big part of taking the path of least resistance, like I always say, or making it easier for yourself, not like you're trying to not do the work, but you want to make it as easy as it is to get a deal so you don't quit, right? Is picking the right market. So questions that you guys have about picking markets, questions about markets that you've picked, when you've spoken to sellers for whatever amount of time, now is the time to ask about that. So Jen, awesome. Jen has like 3 questions for me right off the bat. I love it. How do we name our LLC for wholesaling? Honestly, get as creative as you want. You know, I went with Offer George for my company because I'm from Vegas. It's like an old word, but when they say like, oh, that guy is a George, it means like he was a big tipper. So if you're a waitress or whatever, a server, and you're like, oh yeah, that guy was a George, it's like he just tipped you so fat. So I was kind of in a time crunch too to hurry up and get an LLC because the sellers I was calling were saying like, well, what company are you with? What's your website? And all these questions that I didn't have the answers to. So I'm like, okay, I need to hurry up, create an LLC. Super cheap on the Secretary of State website in whatever state that you want to start your LLC in. In Ohio, it's $99, the SOS. You will pay more taxes depending on what state you open it up in. And the LLC that you open in Ohio or whatever state, you can use it to wholesale in all the states. So you only need to create one. And a lot of people will go with like house buyer, home buyer, cash offers, things like that in the title to kind of give a general idea of what your business does. So I think those are good ideas. I know like Tiffany High, I really like her. She's someone I really respect and look up to in the industry. And hers is called Heels Homes. And her husband is a part of that business, you know? So it's like really whatever you want it to be. I just got a couple new domains for some nationwide PPC that we're going to be doing. And I bought herhousebuyer.com and hishousebuyer.com. So I can kind of target men and women, just like an idea that I had, nothing that I've even like really went into yet. But yeah, that's how I do it. I just come up with something that makes sense. Question 2, do we need a separate LLC for each virtual market? Nope, I answered that. And then 3, can you talk about the infrastructure? So as far as your virtual wholesaling business, there's really just, 4 main important parts. There's the data that goes into the lead generation. So data, lead generation, which is cold calling, texting, whatever you're doing, door knocking, sending mail. There's so many different lead generation methods. So you have your data, you generate leads from that data. The sales part, closing the deal, getting the deal, and then the dispo part. So in the dispo part, I include transaction coordination. So you're selling the property, you're working with the title company, you're, sending that final wire deposit instructions to the title company so that money can come into your bank account. So that's it. You get your data, you market to those people, you close the deals, then you sell the deals and you get paid. 4 steps. So typically one person can handle all that, but how many deals can you handle, in that scenario is the right word. In that scenario where you're doing everything from pulling the data to getting paid in the back end, how many deals can you handle like that? I talked about this actually yesterday with a friend of mine. The most deals I ever had on the board by myself was 18. And I had 18 deals on my board behind me. And I was in stress and tears every day. I was so overwhelmed. This has title issues, that is behind in mortgage, and that one has a lien, and that seller is talking to me crazy every day, and that buyer is dragging his feet. And being by myself trying to maintain during that time was so difficult. I personally don't ever want to do that again. Comfortably, like 5 to 8 deals, comfortably, like all by myself, I can handle going on at one time. But how are you still lead generating, marketing, and selling new deals if you're spending all your time doing that? So talk about infrastructure. What part of this can you delegate? First, for me, it was lead generation, obviously, cold callers, texting, having that handled by other people. And then for me personally, acquisitions, having other people do acquisitions for me personally is better. For you, that might not be it. You might want to stay on the front line. For me, it was stressful and overwhelming. So it's really what is stressful and overwhelming to you, and what do you want to delegate, but not, you can't just let it go and not look at it. You still have to listen to calls. You still have to make sure everything's being said that needs to be said. But what can you delegate first, and focus on doing that first? And that's how I slowly built out my infrastructure that I have now, with a couple closers, cold callers, and I still handle. I have a friend that helps me with dispo when I do get overwhelmed, and she's amazing. But I do still handle a lot of dispo, and with me focusing a lot more on branding and social media and stuff like that, I'm going to need more help. So I'm always looking for amazing, hungry people who love to work hard, who want to be a part of this growing empire, honestly, because you'll never stop doing deals and we'll never stop making money in all these different ways. So how do we continue doing it? More people who are like me and who want to wake up and get to it every day. That's it. Get to some of these IG questions. Definitely don't want to neglect you guys. Am I going to be on Zoom later? So the Zoom, we're going to do a Zoom for the virtual wholesale 30 class at 12 o'clock. So that you're in my Slack group. So in the Slack, the girl who wrote in the general chat, she's from the class that's going on right now. So we're going to do a live, but I'm not doing like an open Zoom. The accountability Zoom, I'm going to actually have to create like a whole nother account to do that, because with the Zoom meetings that I'm going on throughout the day, I keep having to cut that Zoom meeting off and then go to my other ones. So I'll talk with you guys more specifically about that in the virtual wholesale 30 group, but we'll talk about that later on. But no, that one is just for the now class. Curly teach. Is the market too saturated? No. I mean, that's the whole point of this whole virtual thing, right? If you're in a market that is too saturated, the beauty of it is that you have the whole entire 50 states of the United States of America to choose from. So it's not too saturated. There's always going to be people doing deals in every market. People like always tell me like, oh, Miami is so oversaturated. Like it's so hard to do deals there. Las Vegas is so oversaturated. It's so hard to do deals there. Well, then how come there's people doing deals there every day? They're either doing more marketing, spending more money, talking to more people, doing more work than us. That's why they're getting those deals. But you don't have to compete with those people. You can go to a smaller market, virtual market, and compete with people who are more in the same ball game as us. So never too saturated. I think that's something people tell themselves when they haven't really made their whole life about this. Any business that you're going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, guys, is going to require you to be all consumed in it. So if you're not like waking up, sleeping, dreaming, eating, breathing, wholesaling, getting obsessed with it, you're not going to get that. And you're going to feel that the reasons are because the market's too saturated, or the reasons are because there's too many people calling people. All that's BS. Don't let that get in your head. All you need to do is do more, for real. So I'm always hiring cold callers, because cold calling is kind of a revolving door. So King Bunny asked, are you hiring cold callers? LOL. So yes, I'm always hiring cold callers. Cold callers is a revolving door. They come in, they come out. I don't hire American people as cold callers. I've done it in the past. Here in the US, we have a lot of self-importance. There's not a lot of people willing to just sit there and grind. Cold calling is the biggest grind of any grind in the world. I don't care what you say. Sitting on the computer for 6 to 8 hours, bored out of your mind, waiting for someone to answer the phone, just isn't how you guys want to spend your day. And I understand that. Wouldn't even do it to you. So I hire people overseas who need the money enough to want to do the work. I've tried maybe like over 25 people as far as getting people on my dialer. I have to pay for my dialer. I have to pay for the minutes, and I have to pay for the data. I'm not going to waste that on people who don't want to do the work. And I'm not saying that makes you a bad person because you don't want to do the work. Maybe you feel like your time is better spent doing other things. I don't know, but I don't have the time. So I hire people who I know are going to be on that dialer. Omar, what's up? Omar is great. He's been hitting the dialer hard, and he's doing his thing, and I'm super proud of him. He got a verbal agreement, which is going to become a contract. It's 2 properties in one. So we're definitely going to be doing a lot of stuff together. So shout out Omar. The bag session. The bag session on YouTube. I have Mojo triple line for expired cold calls. Would that work for skip trace numbers and dialing? I know you probably haven't tried Mojo, but that's what I have been using for expired prospecting. So yes, no, I've totally used Mojo. I've used Mojo for months. And yeah, as a realtor, you're calling expired listings. You definitely could use Mojo. Mojo's huge. A lot of wholesalers use that for pulling lists. And honestly, as a realtor, becoming a virtual wholesaler is like, it's going to be so easy because you're doing the exact same things, pulling lists, getting on dialers, prospecting, doing the same thing, just in markets where people are going to be a lot more responsive to you versus like these big oversaturated major metros. You mentioned an acquisitions course yesterday, but I couldn't find it. I think his name was Sean. No, it was Steven Morales. Real Advisors. That's his company, realadvisors.com. And that's the acquisitions class that I have my acquisitions take, and it's really good. It's just about wholesaling acquisitions. Is specific to the niche. So that's why I think it's important to take some type of real estate acquisitions class if you don't have sales experience, because it's only going to help you. And if you don't have that full knowledge of wholesaling and what to say to sellers, it's going to be hard to learn that. So it's Steven Morales. So Jen, that was literally what I said when I broke down, the acquisitions, the dispo, lead generation, list pulling. Like the roles to outsource in your business are the ones that you feel aren't your best strength. So if you're a really good closer, you should stay doing acquisitions and just hire people under you and train them. And, you can keep being king or queen closer of your business. If you want to focus on other things in your business, like data and lead generation and doing dispo, it's really your choice on what you outsource, what you feel like outsourcing. For my lifestyle, having two really little kids, especially when my daughter was little and I had to have her at home all day, it was hard to continue to do acquisitions all day by myself because I have this screaming, crying baby. So for me, outsourcing acquisitions made the most sense after cold callers. I got cold callers, and then I got acquisitions people. And I enjoy pulling data, and I enjoy doing dispo and talking to buyers, and I'm good at those things. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's kind of a masculine, feminine energy. I realize a lot of guys love being closers and they love the hunt of the deal, and that's cool. So I have guys, men, as acquisitions, and they love that. I get emotionally exhausted and burnt out from hitting the phones all day, every day. But I still talk to sellers. So don't get me wrong. Like I still talk to sellers all the time. It's not my main role in my business. It's really what works best for you. And they say delegate, don't abdicate. So when you do delegate, don't, hey, here's what you do and just leave them hanging. You still listen to calls, you still critique, you still want things to go how you want them. What is your Google PPC strategy? Is PPC your first digital strategy? So I work with a PPC company right now. It's super expensive and it's taking a lot of time. So it's not really something that I really just, want to share right now. And plus I got to see if it's really going to work. Like I've gotten a few leads from it so far and they're good. They won a lot. And then I did nationwide PPC for a while, which was kind of the same thing. It was a bunch of really rural deals. So I can't attest to it and say like, oh my God, this works so well and this is what you guys should do, like I can with cold calling and texting. So I don't really want to talk about it that much yet. When I really feel confident in it, I will tell you guys more. But no, it's not my first digital strategy. I kind of did the Facebook ads thing a little bit, and I have a little SEO behind my my domain, my offergeorge.com. So there's still a lot in that digital world that I'm still learning. I was so guerrilla cold calling, texting, only direct mailing, really specific niche people I can't contact. So I would say that this is new for me, but I love to learn. I love to try new things. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Have I used Quentin's VA service? No, I love Q so much. And I think that everything he does, I'm sure, is like totally worth it. I like to source my own VAs. I like to have my own VAs just because I can pick them, I can train them, I can hear how they speak, I can have that conversation with them. And in the scenario that it doesn't work out, I don't randomly get stuck with a new VA that I don't really like. I have control issues when it comes to some things, and I really like to maintain control of my VAs. PPC, if you guys don't know, is pay per click. So it's like Google Ads or even like Facebook, which is something that I'm also playing with branding and selling courses and doing digital marketing and stuff. So the average PPC service, I personally would say at least having a couple grand a month set aside for that is critical. And I'm not doing the ad campaign myself. No, I have help. I definitely have help because I'm not like a digital, like I'm not super tech savvy. I haven't ran Facebook ads for a lot of my other business that I had. Like I was trying to sell eyelashes before when I was waitressing and stuff. And I learned a lot about PPC and SEO at that time. And it was just so overwhelming and expensive. And it's hard to figure out your ROI. It takes probably like 3 to 6 months to figure out your ROI because you have to build it and grow it first. So all that like just made me not want to do it for a while. But now I'm like, all right, take it serious. And let's move on to the next question. Do you strictly use Propstream to pull data? Do you also recommend county lists like divorce, probate, arrest records? Yes. So I use Propstream, and then I also use county data. Depending on the market, sometimes you can get special lists, utility lists, code violations lists, just dependent on the market and dependent on what you're able to find in that market. So I definitely think it's important to do other lists besides just absentee vacant, tired landlord, things you can pull off Propstream. But all the data is in Propstream. So like all the houses that everybody owns in the whole entire city is in Propstream. So also think about that when you're thinking about pulling lists. It's everybody in the city is in this software. How do I find certain people and just start strategizing and using, your mind and your knowledge to craft these special lists that maybe other people won't be thinking of. Mike, can I still join the August mentor class? Yes. So guys, I totally changed the format of the class. So instead of us starting August 1st for people in August, September 1st for people in September, you guys join and get started and come to the Tuesday and Thursday live sessions because Freddie and Jen can both start on day one, but Jen has 5 kids and a full-time job, and Freddie has $1 million trust fund and he's chilling all day. Do you think Jen and Freddie are going to have the same opportunity to finish at the same time? Probably not. So with a bunch of months done and a bunch of testimonials and a bunch of feedback from Virtual Wholesale 30 behind me, I realized that everybody's on their own pace, everybody's on their own path, and I can't have like a one-size-fits-all class. So when you guys are ready to jump in and take it serious, those 30 days start when you're ready. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have our lives. I am there to guide you, answer all your questions, help you pick your market, help you build your business, help you comp. Literally everything that you guys know is in there step by step. I'm there to help you. Tuesdays and Thursdays live, you guys come on. Otherwise, if you don't want to be a part of the lives, it's a third of the price, $450, you guys. You get the week 1 and 2 learning and building your business course, literally day by day, breaking it down. You build your own business up in 2 weeks. The second 2 weeks, you guys should already be marketing. But again, everybody's at their own pace. You pick your virtual market, you pick your systems, get your marketing budget, your time budget, and you start and you begin. You start marketing, you start having conversations with sellers. And that's the most important thing. So you can definitely still join. Exactly. You have a newborn. I had a newborn. Like when I had a newborn and I was wholesaling, I wasn't able to be on the phone for 6 hours. I was tired. I was literally falling asleep. But luckily, I knew how to generate leads and I knew how to get people to help me close those leads and I knew how to sell deals. So I was still able to do deals with a newborn waking up every 2 hours. I was still able to do deals. In my late pregnancy where it was really hard to get up and do things, I was still able to do deals regardless because I had those different infrastructures set up. And that's all I want to help you guys set up. Really doesn't matter if it's about virtual wholesaling, if you've never done it before, or if you've been wholesaling and done a bunch of deals, or you're a realtor and you just want to go virtual. Like whatever place you're at in your life, it really will help you pick your virtual market, infiltrate that market quickly and efficiently, and start doing deals right away. It's literally so simple. Boom, boom, boom. You set everything up, you start marketing, and you guys will get the feeling of, okay, maybe I can't call people all day, but I can have my friend who does sales call people, or maybe I'm not that great at pulling data or cold calling. So maybe I need to hire these things out. Once you have everything set up, it's very easy to figure out where your holes are and fill those gaps. So when you're ready, you join. I have 3 discount codes left until the end of August. At the end of August, I can on Kajabi, like I can refresh and make 10 new codes. So I have 3 codes left. If you guys want to join, I'll give you the discount code. It gives you $450 off of the mentorship. You guys get started right away. On Tuesday and Thursday, we meet up, we powwow, we figure out where you're at. You guys get to see my students from July killing it. Over 12 contracts already, and these deals are getting sold and getting assigned right now. Within 2 weeks, they were able to do that. The no excuses attitude comes from not having a choice. You know, when your back's against the wall and you don't have a choice but to succeed, you succeed. So that's the consistency. That's the drive. That's the hustle. It's crazy to see it happen, like unfold. I did it, so I know it's real. But I get people who say, "Oh, I've been trying for 3 years. I've been trying for 2 years, and I haven't been able to really get a deal under contract, or really sell a deal, or really make any money doing this." And it's amazing to see those same people within 10 days getting deals under contract, finding buyers for those deals, assigning those deals. One of my students already has a deal under contract and assigned within 7 days. She did that, so it's real. Join whenever you want. Hold on. Give me 10 minutes. No, 10 minutes. I'm doing the chapter, but doing the chapter. All right, go. I will when I'm ready. Don't come back. His iPad died. He's like, I need this on the charger, which I will do. So that's my day a lot of times. Like I'm trying to make a call and then I have my son, because summer he's about to start school, or when I had the newborn baby, she was little, I couldn't do what I really wanted to do. And I was so torn, because part of me has like the mom guilt, like, why do you want to work so hard when you need to just be spending time with your kids? And then the other part of me had the entrepreneur guilt, like, no, you need to focus and shut everything else out and just work. And that's still something that I juggle and battle with, me just being like very hungry and driven, but then also having 2 small kids that need me and need time with their mommy and need lovies and hugs and food, fresh cooked food. And I love to cook. I love being a mom. So it's like 2 people live inside of me that always have to be balanced, you know, like the mommy, homemaker, lovey-dovey person that I, you know, have, that I want, but then the passionate, driven, success-driven, ambitious woman that also lives inside of me, you know? So it's not easy, but no excuses. Somatic mama, I know you feel that. A lot of people are here because they seen me with my kids doing videos, and I didn't have a choice. I'm making YouTube videos with my kid right here. I'm talking to sellers. Like, you guys see my YouTube videos. I'm talking to sellers. My son is like here poking my face. Like, it's just, it's my life, and it's a beautiful disaster sometimes, but it is what it is. And I make the best of it, because there is no excuses. If I can do it, you guys can. What's the difference between the $500 and $1,000 program, and we still get deals both ways? 100%. So you still get deals, of course. I'm going to make a quick video and put it on a reel that actually like shows you guys inside the program, because I think it's really important for you guys to see it. It's literally broken down, and I can show the IG people, but I can't show you guys on YouTube. Sorry. But I can just flip my camera and show you guys on IG. So literally the class is like broken down day by day. So picking your virtual market, establishing presence in that market. And this is broken down with a video lesson and homework for you to actually do to take you to that next step. Every video is literally like studio quality. I spent a ton of money in a studio with the green screen making this class for you guys. The whole entire class is like this. So day by day, day 1, day 2, day 3, you go through, and I broke it down so it's easy to do. So you can do day 1 in a day, you can do day 2 the next day. And if you follow it just day by day simply, in the first 2 weeks, you'll have built out your whole entire wholesaling business. By day 9, you're done with all your marketing systems set up. Day 10, you're learning about dispo, numbers, comping, tracking, KPIs. I teach you guys not only everything that I did to get to where I am, but everything that I learned and wished that I had did the right way. So that's why this class is so valuable. You get this class, you get all of the content in here. It comes with all the contracts, the scripts, the documents. All the homework is basically like charts that help you build out your business. So all of that comes with it, and that is the $450. So that's what you get for $450. For that, plus joining the Tuesday and Thursday live sessions with me as your mentor, and you're in the Slack group, so you can text me anytime and I text you back throughout the week when we're not having the live sessions, that is $1,450. So the price difference is $1,000. It's $450 or $1,450. That's the two things that I have to offer with the Virtual Wholesale 30 program, and both of them will have you doing deals. It's, do you want me every Tuesday and Thursday to be your guide? And I was only doing it for 30 days, but now I'm doing it for 6 weeks because, like I said, everyone works at a different pace. So I want to give you guys time to actually start marketing, talking to sellers, and have that back and forth. So that's the difference between the two programs. Right now, I have 3 discount codes for the mentorship that'll make the price only $1,000. So it's $1,450, but right now you can pay $1,000 if you grab one of these discount codes. I have 3 left for $1,000. You can come Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'll have the whole course. And as you're taking the course, you might have extra questions about your specific market, or maybe, is this a good market, or should I say this to this seller? Those are the kind of things that we tackle in the Tuesday and Thursday mentorship. When I get off this live, I'm literally going to eat really quick, drink some water, and spend an hour plus with my mentorship students. So we get on every Tuesday and Thursday, and I'm really able to dive deep. And it's so much fun because as I'm teaching them and helping them, I'm remembering new things to do in my day-to-day in my business. So we're doing that. We have 4 new students who are going to start this week. So kind of onboarding, figuring out what they're thinking for their market, and then they start building out their systems and softwares. Then they start marketing. So for the people who have been marketing for the last 2 weeks, everyone who's been really hard, consistent with marketing has gotten deals under contract or is getting really close with certain sellers. And that's all we're trying to do. We celebrate all the wins. We celebrate conversations. We celebrate price negotiations, contracts, finding buyers. And it's really, really helpful to be in like a small group like that. Yes, you can get the code. I will DM you. So DM me if you want the code. I got some people asking me for the code in both lives. Yes, I'll give you guys the code. Just DM me August or DM me discount code. Just DM me in capital letters so it can stand out, and I'll send you guys all the code right after this live. If I say the code right now, it's going to run out before you guys really get to get it, and I only have 3, so I want to make sure. Mike, Miyagi, got you guys. I'll make sure you guys get it first. So that's the difference between the 2 programs. And then a lot of people don't have $450. And I get that. And when I started, I had to figure out the cheapest, most cost-effective way to figure all this out. Got the crash course, $100. It's a Zoom I recorded, like this style, breaking down A to Z, the whole entire business. It's not broken down or as in-depth as the Virtual Wholesale 30, but if you're a self-starter and you can understand, okay, list, dialer, buyers, sell deals, get deals, sell deals. If your mind can process that fast and you're able to just implement the crash course, it's $100. People have literally made multiple 6 figures after taking that $100 class. I should be charging $500 for it, but I will never, because there has to be an entry level. I think that the barrier of entry for Black people in any type of industry is so ridiculous because none of us, and I'm not speaking to just Black people here, I know it's a lot of other races. It's not a racist thing, but Everybody in this country knows that Black people have a tremendous disadvantage when it comes to education because everything costs $5,000 to $10,000 to join. And if it costs $5,000 to $10,000 to join, and you're from a class of people who are predominantly in poverty, how are you supposed to ever break that barrier of entry? And I don't care if you are Latino or white or another person of color. It's a class issue too. If your family didn't have money, they didn't teach you about money, you probably don't have money. And you don't have $500 to invest in this thing, even if it could change your life. So you got $100, $450, $1,450. Jen, the discount code, I'm going to get 10 more at the end of August. So probably the 25th through the 28th, I'll get 10 more. And then I'll start telling you guys, hey, I have more discount codes. But right now we only have 3 left. Super excited. And I'm glad you guys are excited. Freddie said, I struggled big time with fatherhood and entrepreneurial conflict. It is. It's hard to be a parent and a hustler. And we all want this. We have this big vision. We want this mansion and the Rolls Royce and everything. We want our kids to have whatever they want. We want to go on all these exotic vacations. And that's like a multi-millionaire lifestyle. But how do you even get there? It's like by starting off with these small chunks, keeping the future vision alive while doing the hard little things now. And when you have kids, it's so easy to get lost in their smiles and their laughs, and you just want to love on them and hug on them. But honestly, you're doing them a disservice if you get so caught up in family life and love and happiness. Not that that's a bad thing, but it can be distracting to that ultimate vision. So what do you really want? And it doesn't have to be that. Everyone's vision of happiness and success is different, but what do you really want? And what are you willing to sacrifice? Like, my son right now wants me to play the video game with him, but I'm here with you guys, and then I have my 12 o'clock class. I got a 1 o'clock meeting. Between 2 and 5, when I go pick my daughter up from daycare, maybe I can take him to the pool. Maybe I can do some quick one-on-one time with him. But I also have a meeting with this Podio guy, and I also have a meeting with digital marketing. So it's like, when do I fit in a bath for me? When do I fit in watching a Netflix show? You know, that's the challenge of life, but that's the real of what we're doing. You want to be big, you got to do big things. You got to make big sacrifices. And I appreciate, you know, everybody in my life that helps out and helps me with my mental health, because I get overwhelmed, you know? So don't worry too much about that. We just worry about the small steps and chunks that we can do and pile on top of each other to get to the next level. And then again, little chunks and steps we can do, get to the next level. That's all. Focus on the little things you can do consistently and don't be guilty. We only have one life, so it's good that you're trying to be the best you can be. So yes, so this is a really good question. I'm in New York City. Do you recommend starting in a smaller market? So literally, that's what started this whole thing. I wanted to ask you guys, okay, before I get off topic, that's what started this whole thing, virtual wholesaling. I started virtually wholesaling because I started it in Las Vegas. It was too competitive. New York is way more crazy and competitive. I definitely would start in a different market, a smaller market. Secondary, which is like if you're in New York, maybe Buffalo, or tertiary, which could be, I don't know for New York what it is, but like if we're talking about Los Angeles, right? Maybe a secondary market might be Long Beach. That could be like a secondary, like a smaller market. But then your tertiary market could be like Fresno, like it's far away, but it probably has a lot less competition because it's more rural, it's way out of the way. So that's, you got to think primary, tertiary, secondary to tertiary 3. So don't be in a primary market, be in a secondary market or a tertiary market. And those tertiary markets might be a little too rural sometimes. So something in the sweet spot. Which if you take any of my stuff, I literally break down like what the population should probably be between, what the cash buyers should be between, and everything like that for picking a virtual market. Also, I have a free webinar on picking your virtual market. It's in the link in my bio. It's totally free. Put your email in. I get your email so I can send you emails every month. And then you get a great webinar that teaches you how to pick your virtual market absolutely free. So I recommend that to everyone. Definitely got to get out of New York. Jen says Albany, Orange County, Jersey. Yes. So there you go. The other thing I wanted to run by you guys while we were doing this, what do you guys think? So I don't feel like the hot hustle, like, so how I even came up with hot wholesale or hot hustle is because my name's Toddy and people have always called me Hot Toddy, like the drink Hot Toddy. It's a drink, if you guys don't know what it is, like whiskey tea kind of thing. So it doesn't have anything to do with like what I do, right? I want to like do better branding as far as virtual wholesaling. So, are you guys voting? So, I want to get your votes. Should I change my brand? And this will be the last time because I know I went from wholesale to hustle. Should I change it to Toddy Virtual, or Toddy Digital, like computer, internet, digital, real estate, or virtual? Obviously, virtual makes more sense. So, put your vote in, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on your guys' response. And while I wait, I'm gonna keep talking about secondary versus tertiary. But put it in the comments what you guys think, and I'll take your poll and I'll take it into consideration. So yeah, so Houston, Texas would be a primary market. Secondary could be like Sugarland. Tertiary could be like Killeen. So primary, major city, secondary, a suburb or another market nearby, and then tertiary is like your third, more rural, but still a market with enough people and enough. So virtual, we got 5 Toddy virtuals, we got 1 digital. Okay, we're getting way more virtuals, like on YouTube, on Facebook, virtuals take it. Okay, all right. That was simple enough. I appreciate the feedback. I love you guys. You guys are real. BRNC said, what's crazy is I found 3 virtual markets. Yeah, so virtually, if we want to get super specific, in North Carolina, I pulled data in Wilmington, in Winston-Salem, in Greensboro, High Point, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Durham. These are all virtual markets. It's technically all North Carolina. It's all one, spread out area. But the beauty of Propstream is that you can put multiple zip codes. So I can put zip code, comma, space, zip code, comma, space, zip code, comma, space, and I can pick the hot zip codes from all those markets. And I could say North Carolina, virtual absentees, North Carolina, vacants, North Carolina, tax liens. But I know what markets in North Carolina those are. So that's how you kind of make larger pools of your virtual market without necessarily having to pull all these separate little lists, because that could become super time consuming and annoying and boring. So same thing in Georgia. I pick my cities that I want to wholesale in, the zip codes out of those that are going to be easiest to do deals in. There's already a lot of cash buyer activity there, which you can also see on Propstream. You guys, I'm telling you, Propstream is the end all be all to getting your data, figuring things out, comping, pulling lists, everything, which 7-day free trial is in the description of this video and the link in my bio. Use that, please. Help me out. I get like $20 every time you guys pull a list. So I would appreciate that highly. But Propstream, I figure out what areas are cash buyers in. I could see that easily on the geo map once I hit cash buyers. Pull those zip codes in each market. If I'm saying Georgia, that's going to be all my top zip codes in Georgia, which could be multiple cities. And I'm pulling those lists based on motivation. Is there liens? You guys, we can get eviction data. You can get arrest records. You can get bad credit data outside of Propstream. You can stack that data with vacants on Propstream. You can stack that data with absentee on Propstream, out-of-state owner, people who own 7 or more properties, people who have owned for 30 or more years. You can target houses. You can target people. The possibilities are literally endless when it comes to like getting data, pulling your lists. So that's what's awesome about these virtual markets, is that they're literally limitless. I can pick 5 cities in Kansas and put them all together. And that gives me more of an advantage over you who's wholesaling in one city that you live in. There's advantages and disadvantages to everything. I think you can do as many deals in person as you can virtually, of course, but you're going to be playing in a totally different ballgame. If you could pick anywhere in the 50 states, to run a business and it's a real estate business, why wouldn't you pick the market that makes the most sense, where you could make the most money and be on the path of least resistance, nicer sellers? I don't call the East Coast because people on the East Coast are mean, honestly. But some people are good at talking with aggressive people. I like the southern states, people in the South, people in the Midwest, real relaxed, real chill for the most part. I love the Midwest and southern states. Real Kareem. Kareem said, how many people do you have on your team now? So right now I have 2 cold callers, 2 acquisitions people, myself, and my friend who helps me with Dispo. But I JV with a lot of people too. Like I have 2 JV deals going on right now in Georgia and St. Louis, and I have 2 going on in Ohio. I think boots on the ground are literally going to another deal in Ohio right now as we speak. To take pictures, and that's another potential JV. So I work with so many different people. I consider you guys a part of my team. When you send me a deal and we work together on that deal, I love social media for this because I sometimes have deals that are a little tougher for me to move, and then I can connect with really good wholesalers in those specific markets, and they probably have buyers in their pocket for deals like that. So my team has a limitless number. It's all of you guys, but for my small daily group, it's about 5 of us. The Beast Coast, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the East Coast is the Beast Coast. Yeah, y'all. Love you, East Coast people, though, because you guys keep it real. But man, the sellers kind of rough around the edges. So, how are you liking Miami? Are you doing rehabs in Florida? No, I have not done a deal out here in Miami since I've been out here. I've done a lot of deals in Florida in general in like random areas, but I haven't done a deal. Moving to Miami wasn't necessarily about doing real estate here. I moved to Ohio because I was like, I'm going to do real estate here. When I moved there, I realized that I love doing virtual and I don't really want to be doing rehabs personally because it's a whole second business that, unless my wholesaling business is fully delegated out, I won't be able to do. And I've had more issues fully delegating and automating my wholesaling business than I thought. When I started, I was like, it's going to be super easy. I'm going to hire everyone. I'm not going to have to do anything. And that's not the case. So right now, I'm not really worried about rehabbing. If I find good hold opportunities, potential to keep properties for a long time, I'll definitely be rehabbing those and holding on to them for a long time. But I love Miami. I love the weather. The people are so nice. Everybody's like just great energy, great motivation, inspiration. I see, cars that I would only see like in Vegas on the Strip or in really nice luxury areas. I see them everywhere out here. Like everywhere you go is like a McLaren and a Lambo and stuff that it doesn't super excite me, but it is inspirational to just see that amount of wealth around me all the time. These buildings, these skyscrapers and stuff. It's like waking up to like this in the morning and it just makes me feel super inspired and happy. Like this is my bedroom. I get to live here. Like that's more so what moving here was about for me. Like if I want to level up, I got to create that environment for myself. So I love it though. And I highly suggest that if you guys want to get out of your rut of your life, your friends, your family, your day-to-day, people who are always going to see you how they see you. I don't talk about this a lot, but when I started wholesaling, I was posting on my main Instagram, the Hot Toddy one, and literally people were just shitting on me. Like, and I talked about this in a one-on-one yesterday, and I don't talk about it a lot, but it was like my personal world and my friends and family, not my real friends and family, but like your IG friends and followers and stuff. It was like, oh, really? You're going to do real estate? Good luck in that. I've heard it's hard to get a deal. I've heard that markets are oversaturated. Oh, I've heard people try to do wholesaling and fail. It was just a lot of negativity. So I was like, you know what? Scratch that whole account. I'm going to make a new account and I'm going to post what I'm doing on here. And people who want to come, they can join, they can learn, we can do deals together, we can call people together. And that honestly was the best thing that I could have done. And I started taking that same concept and applying it to my whole life. Like, out with the old, in with the new. I need a new environment. I need a new IG. I need new everything because this new life, I can't have people thinking of me as old Toddy. I can't have high school, middle school friends who see me as they see me and they see me like that my whole life. They don't accept me growing and becoming who I am. The few that do, you know, we're very, very close and they support me and love me and I love them. They moved to the Hot Hustle, Hot Wholesale with me. Like they followed me on there and they continue to love on me because they love me. But there was so many people that, you know, didn't want to see that. So that's why I think if that's you and that's your environment and you feel like, you know, crabs in a barrel and people around you don't really give you enthusiasm or the vibes you want to feel when you're excited about something new. I started doing real estate. I'm so excited. I'm going to start my wholesaling business. And then the looks you get are like, yeah, all right, here you go with another thing. If that's what you feel like, yeah, I started 7 businesses and they all sucked and failed before. But look at me now. I did good in this one. But they couldn't believe that because all they seen me was this girl who wants to do businesses and is always failing at them. And that's why I love you guys. You just complete strangers support me more than people that know me my whole life. That's just how it is. That's how the world is. And that's why getting out of your environment will definitely help you elevate. Amen. I'm getting a lot of amens. I love you guys. I don't live on South Beach. No, right now I live in downtown, but I'm off downtown. Like I'm not into like the downtown vibes. I've been stuck in one market for almost 2 years. Now I've closed over 10 deals, but I just can't leave even though I want to. No, you don't have to leave that market. If you're doing deals there and it's working for you, I would say just add another market because you obviously have the infrastructure in your market to do deals. Keep getting leads, keep working those leads in your market and just add on. You've been doing it for 2 years. You have the potential to just add. And that's what I did. I was doing Cleveland and I was consistently doing deals in Cleveland and I felt like I wanted to add more marketing. So I added St. Louis and that's how I got my second market. And then I did like 9 deals in St. Louis as I was still doing deals in Cleveland. You just duplicate what you're doing already. The boy B, I guess I'll call you B. B, just do what you're doing in your market now. If you have 2 cold callers and you're pulling 10K leads and you have the system going, do that same thing, add the same amount of money you're spending, like duplicate what you're doing in another market. If you need help picking a market, go to my free webinar, pick a new market and try it. Try it for 2-3 weeks. If that doesn't work, go to the next market that you chose. Find another market that is going to give you as much generation as the market that you're in. That way you can double what you're doing instead of abandoning your old market for this new one. I'm going to hop off here because I got to get ready for my mentorship class. We got a lot of people starting off new, super exciting. But DM me if you guys want the discount code. It's www.virtualwholesale30.com. If you want to do the 450, go to that website. And then when you're getting ready to leave, it's going to be like, hey, stop, wait. We have a discount for you. You can join this class without the mentorship for just $450. So www.virtualwholesale30.com. Go there, guys. Please use my Propstream link in my bio to get Propstream if you guys are going to get it anyway. If you already have Propstream, email them, tell them Toddy, the Hot Wholesale, the Hot Hustle recommended me so I can be getting those $20 instead of Propstream. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to keep doing this every Tuesday. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, everybody who hopped in. Chris, I see you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.